when it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring with joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, bang. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind.
All right, Coach. Well, days like these is why you have retractable roofs, and we've got an open one on a gorgeous afternoon for football at NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
We're set. Team 18. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check that.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Miller. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey,
Watson with a give to Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Good set. 19. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the run.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumble. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5. All the way to the 3.
First and goal, Carolina.
Set. Get ready. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check the 20.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
A first down carry now for Miller. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson flush to his right. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? The flag.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That's what it said. 19. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Mike, 59. Come on, let's go.
To throw is Watson. To throw on third down. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Fairbairn is good. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
41, Mike. 41. Hey! Here we go, D. All day, D.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
And defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
Check, check, check. Check, check. Fresno.
On second down, McCaffrey. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's third down.
Ready.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
You got 3. Three down.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
I got you.
Out of the gun, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On first down, Miller. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
1st down, Panthers.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll run with McCaffrey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. The shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13. They'll run on 1st down. Miller. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Watson now to throw. Finding fouls complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this 1st half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Let's go.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Newton now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his second touchdown here in this first half, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gano the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Gun.
Here's Newton. Flushed out right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 28 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
On first down, Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run with Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Watson. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Panthers' 40-yard line.
Switch up. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Out of the gun, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm here all day. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Now a first down throw for Newton. It's caught. This is White. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston, it's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, open man is Samuel, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19.
20.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson, open man, the tight end fouls. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. It's complete to Fuller. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. from the gun. Here's Watson going deep for half. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Newton to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Newton. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Back to throw, Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 20. Ball trot. Express. 20. Thanks. 40.
Newton's going to throw it. And he can't hang on. Going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
Completes it to Samuel. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Newton now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Move out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
We want it. Come to front. Hey, 4-1 Mike. 4-1 Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Mike.
Again, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Let's hear it, Texans fans, 'cause it's
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check nickel.
To the air again, Newton. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jarius Wright, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Carolina, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though.